Whatever makes you comfortable.
It's up to you.
All right. On. Well, welcome, Brent Gove of eXp Realty. Thank you so much for being here today. I like to use my little Monday forums to introduce people to fantastic agents here in the company. And thank you for giving us some of your time today.
You bet. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you.
With my glasses, my new glasses.
Oh, they're new. Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I'm not used to them. I feel like they're just huge.
You're doing great. As long as you can see what we're, the screen, we're doing great. But yeah, for those of you that watching or checking this out later on social media, Brent Gove is a mega agent, and you started real estate in the late 90s, correct?
Yes, 1996, 97, somewhere there.
Okay, all right, great. And at RE/MAX for a long time, like 10, 11 years.
12 years.
12, okay. 12 years at RE/MAX, and then made the move to KW. And then in 2016, moved over to eXp Realty.
Yep, after 8 years at Keller Williams.
Okay, so 23 years. I think you got me beat in real estate by a few years.
Yeah. 24 years now, maybe going on 25. I don't know.
24, 25 years in real estate. So, okay, I'll be 20 years in March. So you've got me beat by just a bit.
You're just a baby. You're a baby agent.
No, well, baby agent, but it doesn't feel like it when you, just like me, are used to putting up big numbers on the board, right? We're so accustomed to that lifestyle.
Yeah. Decades of grinding, decade of doing it with buyers and sellers, doing the dance, building the team. It was a wonderful experience, but I like what we're doing now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is exactly what I want to go into with about you. Can I say that? Into, yeah. You get my point.
Yeah, okay. Into it with me.
That's right. Let's get into it. That's right. So you are, your whole career, I think, from everything that I've known about you, and I met you back in like 2018. Everything that I've known about you and learned about you has been that your life has been a building block up until this point. Like, you have been perfectly molded for this moment in time. And I don't think that it was always easy for you. But one of the things that you are so fantastic at, because the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is pretty rich right now for you. You're doing pretty good. Is that you have been a master of getting over your fears and having your dream be bigger than your fear. And you've been a master at embracing the struggle and the discipline of the schedule. So if you could just enlighten people kind of where you're at and talk a bit about your mastery of the daily routine and your acceptance of the struggle, I think that will really help a lot of people right now in this, tough times that we've been experiencing.
I love it. I'd be happy to. And, I think I'm going to start off with letting everybody in on a secret. And the secret is everybody struggles. You're out there thinking, it's just me. I'm trying to break into the luxury market, or trying to do commercial and residential, or become a commercial agent, or I want to build a team, or guy, how do I sell 30 homes a year? It seems so hard, or 100 or 300 or 1,000. We all struggle at different levels. But you said something earlier that it was you said it was always hard for me, and I want to dispel that. It was super easy for me. I never worked hard, ever. And of course, I'm being facetious. I would, I got into real estate and I struggled. I think I sold 4 homes in 6 months. I mean, I've hired agents who've sold, I probably hired 7 agents who sold 7 homes their first month. So I by no means was a shooting star or the rookie of the year. I was like, ooh, there's Brent. He needs to work on things. But I was 30 and I just was doing it super part-time.
Mhm.
And then I kind of got some great advice from my first broker who said, just find a way, will it to happen, get people in your car. I'm like, have you seen my car? And just show property. You'll kind of build rapport with them, and then they'll see things and they'll be excited. And it worked. I think that year I sold 18 homes, which was not great. And then the next year, 28 homes. And then I think the third next year, 48 homes. And then that's where I made almost 400,000 a year. It was great. But by the way, Michelle, you know how the secret besides what my broker said, find a way to get people in your car. With COVID, I guess you could put up some plexiglass. Maybe you buy an old taxi, right? Remember the plexiglass? Yeah,
People to follow you in your car. That's it.
yeah, put them in the back with the plexiglass, like a police cruiser. Yeah. But make it happen. Find a way to make it happen. But the other advice I got was I broke into open houses. I found a way to do it differently. Yeah. And I would start open houses at 9 a.m. on a Saturday and finish at 9 a.m. Saturday night. And 9 a.m. on a Sunday and 9 a.m. on a Sunday. I would do 12-hour open houses. I mean, I put on my big boy pants. I went to work. Most people are like, I hate open houses. Well, I sold over 400 homes in a year from open houses. I got up to over 400 sales a year, 427, and 317 were strangers we met at open houses. I can duplicate that at any market. Not in our market. Yeah, right. I go there and kill it in your market. And so you master it, but I master it through sheer, like, the harder we work, Michelle, the luckier we get. And so the more, if you're a door knocker and you farm, the more doors you do every day. If you call expireds or FSBOs, it's over. So that's kind of the secret to my success is hard work and struggle. And I stick with it. And then eventually you hit the goal and you move on.
But I think it's more than that. I think it's more than hard work, because you are the definition of very intentional behind the hard work.
Sure.
And I think that's one of the keys. Like you said right before we jumped on this call, hey, I'm a high, driver personality, expressive personality. And it's really being that kind of a personality. It's really hard to stay in your lane and to focus and to be committed to that one dream. How did you manage to keep yourself in alignment to hit those big goals that you've got for yourself? How did you set that up for success?
Well, it started with little goals, right? You just get some confidence in selling 2, 3, 4 homes a month. And how do you do that? By selling none or 1 or 2, and it just builds those little building blocks. And I'm just constantly pushing and pushing and pushing and stretching and staying in the realm of uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And doing Zooms and Facebook wasn't comfortable for me a year and a half ago, pre-COVID. And now it's very comfortable to be on here, just have a conversation with you. So it's like anything. And you got to come up with a calendar and you live by your calendar. Here's the life of most real estate agents. So let's see if you agree, Michelle, after 20 years. Yeah. I'm excited, I'm depressed. I'm excited, I'm depressed. I'm excited, I'm depressed. And they live by their emotion. You got 5 in escrow, I got none in escrow, EOR, right? I got 7 in escrow, I got 1 in escrow. It's like up and down, up and down. And so what I did was I just I came up with a calendar. I designed what I would do. In my case, it was open houses Saturday, Sunday, and I worked like a dog. And then guess what I did during the week, Michelle? I was at the pumpkin patch with the 5th graders. I went to the zoo with the 7th graders or the 2nd graders. I was the dad with 30 women because I was a weekend warrior. Like, dad would go out there and just slay the dragon. You, mom, would go slay the dragon and kill it and bring it home and feed it to the family. And so I had all my free. I'd go snow skiing during the week. I go boating during the week. There were no lift lines. The ramps aren't crowded. But on the weekends, I don't do that. I do marketing. Yeah. I get people to call me, fine, but just go for it. Put the pedal down and get good. Most people stay in their head. Tony Robbins says, if you're in your head, you're dead. And I got good, you got good because we were doers. And then there's different. I'd love to talk to you later if you can about the kind of the evolution of an agent and the process they go through. It's pretty fascinating. But
actually, I wrote stuff down. I come prepared.
Right, here, go for it.
Well, that's exactly where I was going to go with it, is because the evolution of an agent, it's some of the stuff that you teach. I mean, you teach mega open houses, right? That's what you can do when you're brand new in the business, or if you're experienced and you just want to build the volume of number of homes that you're selling. You also teach how to build a team, which is the next step and the next evolution, right?
Yep.
Like, so this is the growth of an agent. This is the evolution of an agent. And so, you know, that's what I'm saying. Throughout it, you've been very consistent in embracing the struggle and moving forward and on to the next thing. But the one thing that remains consistent is your consistency and your perseverance for growth and to do better and to grow. And so now now you've made some other moves. You know, I'd like to know, what is the future of real estate and what is the evolution that you're seeing?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you stick with it, you're consistent. Like now I live in the Caribbean. I went golfing this morning. I'm a little sunburned from the sun out here, but I keep a home in the Caribbean on the water here on the ocean. And those are palm trees and bright blue sky in the Caribbean right behind me now. And then I keep a home in Northern California. I live between San Francisco and Lake Tahoe over by Napa, keep a home there. And I kind of spend 6 months in each area. But I was willing to go through the evolution, the struggle to now it's awesome. I mean, I don't even have to work anymore. So here's the evolution of an agent. You get in, you're like, that's awesome. I got my license. Now what? Anybody got any clients? And you're like, no, maybe you could join a team and they'll feed you clients and they want to keep you addicted to their leads. But it's better to learn to fish rather than have fish handed to you, or to farm rather than have food handed to you, so you can be self-sustaining and then learn how to be a better farmer, a better fisherman. And then the sky's the limit, and then be coachable and teachable. So people get in and they struggle. They're like, okay, I've got clients, but how do I get them to go look at property? Then you kind of learn how to get them to look at property. That tip from my broker, he says, you just got to will it to happen. Call them, tell them what this great house was. Go look at it 5 minutes. And I did, and it kind of worked. And then they were wanting to write offers, but I was writing offers and I was new. And how do you write a competitive offer, especially in a multiple offer situation? So I'm having my lunch handed to me repeatedly. And you're like, well, this sucks. And then you learn how to write sharp, smart offers, and you do it. It's easy now. I used to hate multiple offers. I'd just be sick to my stomach. This like I swallowed or ate bad food. And now I love multiple offers. What I don't like is when there's no competition, because when there's competition, I know what to do to write a really smart offer that costs my client nothing. And we get the deal every single time. I mean, we just don't lose. And I shared it this weekend with an agent. It took me 40 minutes to go through all the different things I do. And she's like, oh my God, I've been doing this for like 20 years. I've been doing it for 20 years. I go, yes, you have. I mean, I've had a month where I've sold 14 homes in a single month to 14 different buyers, and make $100,000 a month just off my buyer business. But you got to get deal after deal after deal after deal in escrow in a competitive market. But there's that evolution. And then once you get good at buyers, which I did, and for me, I used open houses as a way to get them. And I remember on one rainy day in 3.5 hours, I convinced 37 strangers to give me their private social security numbers. So most people are like, well, I hate open houses. Well, really? Because I got 37 people to give me their social security numbers, all accurate. We ran credit the next day, Monday morning, 19 got approved. I had 19 approved buyers. When I woke up Sunday morning, didn't know these people. Monday, I have 19 approved buyers that I've met, looked in the eyeball, belly button to belly button, eyeball to elbow. We shook hands. What I said was so compelling that they gave me their private social security numbers. And you got to get good. That's a whole nother training there. I can't do that one. It's at brentgove.com under real estate agent training. Go to Brent Gove. I don't sell it. You can just watch it. I did it at the local board. Hundreds of people showed up. It went viral. It's really good. It's open house training by me. And I don't know how many people that have sold over 300 homes in a year, 427, but 317 were from strangers at open houses.
Just you.
Go to, well, I had
I know
my team and I did that, but of the 427 we sold, 317. We do it differently. I'm like, why do you even want their social security numbers? Watch the training. I made 3.8 million. Don't watch the training. You don't need to know about how to make 3.8 million a year. Don't. That was my cut, 3.8 million. But anyways, that's at brentgove.com. Click on real estate agent training. Click on mega open house. You can watch it. 90 minutes of pure ecstasy. It was like the best talk I've ever given. And people are like, oh my God, you're funny. You're interesting. I could watch it. But anyway, so then you go through that evolution. But what happened to me, Michelle, was 10 years later, I'm like, I'm tired. These buyers, they're like, hey, do you do North? What city are you in again?
Well, just outside of Detroit.
Do you do North Detroit? Yeah. Do you do South Detroit? Do you do East? Do you do West? It's like, make up your mind. Where do you want to live, right? And they're running an hour over here on a Friday night, and you got Little League, you got soccer practice, you have back to school night, you got Valentine's, you got birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, you got a life, and these buyers will run you all over the place. Or they go, a city 2 hours away. Do you do that city? I'm like, no, I don't do that city. And it's like, so eventually 10 years later, I decided I need to become a listing agent. So typically there's a dance. The dance is, I got my license, and then you're sitting on the wall. No one's taking you to the dance floor, and you're a wallflower. Then you learn how to get clients, how to get to the dance floor. And you're like, how do I write the offers? And then you get good at that. Then you're selling 20, 30, 40, 50 homes a year, 60 homes a year to buyers. You're like, I have no life. I work all the time, 6-7 days a week, and I got to become a listing agent. So I hit that 10 years in. I spent 2 years interrogating people. Michelle, you're in Detroit. I'm in Northern California. What's your best leads to get? Your best way to get seller leads? I won't compete with you, and I'll give you my best leads. And we each come with one great idea, and we each lead with two. It costs me nothing to give you my good idea. You weren't good. And so I met people in Denver and Oklahoma and Dallas and North Carolina and New York. And I said, I'll share with you my best things. You share with me. I won't compete with you. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, I had listing leads. I had a minimum of 18 to 28 listings at all times. And most people call that Shangri-La. Most people call that a bad boy, bad girl real estate agent. Like, you have 18 to 28 listings at all times, like low inventory is 18 just to you. Yeah. And I had 6 listing specialists to take the garbage I didn't want. The crummy 3, 4, 500 million, $2 million listings that were just an hour away, 2 hours away. I didn't want to be running back and forth. I gave you the stuff I didn't want, and I pick the low-hanging fruit. Right. This is the evolution of the agent. Then you get good, and now I haven't shown property in a decade, right? And I do only listings. I could leave Thursday, have 3-day weekends every weekend, come back Monday if I want, come back Tuesday. Our clients want to look at offers Tuesday night. Why? Because I told them, you want to look at offers Tuesday night. And they said, I do. I go, yes, repeat after me. I will not look at offers till Tuesday night. I go, hey, Michelle, my seller said she won't look at offers. Why? Because I want a 4-day weekend. That's what. Okay. I got a life. I've been doing it for 15 years. I'm not going to no. And so I was able to, and it was great. So I have these 18 to 28 listings. I picked nice clients. The bad, nasty ones, I hate agents, but I guess we need one. I fired those people, or I referred them to my team. And some were so caustic. You ever met people that are just so caustic? I would give them to Remax agents. I would give them to Century 21 agents. Go, hey, if you sell it, send me 20%. I didn't even care. My own agents like, give them to me, give them to me. I go, no, because it'll boomerang back to me. And they're going to take a pint of blood and a pound of flesh from you. Brian Buffini taught me 24 years ago, some of you need to go home and fire some clients right now, some buyers and sellers. Some of you are watching this right now, you know what I'm talking about. You need to go fire Bob. You need to go fire Cindy. I had this woman, I will not say her name, and she worked for a very famous company, and I knew that she was trouble. But her price range was over $1 million. The commission was over $30,000. I go, you know, for 30 grand, I can put up with some trouble. It was not worth it. When it was done instead, I'm telling you, she took a piece of my soul to hell with her. That sounds a little radical, but I'm telling you, when you don't listen to that little, God gave you that intuition, that little voice that says, don't do it, don't do it. And you're like, yeah, but 3% of 2 million, 60 grand. And you don't listen, trust me. And those of you that have pushed forward and gone with those clients, a year later, 2 years later, you finally sell them a house. You made minimum wage. And then so I was able to get to the point in my career, again, the evolution that I picked nice clients. They bring me the gifts. I don't even get them the gifts. They go to, hey, we got you Starbucks, we get a card, and we love you. And we're so sorry we'll be in town this weekend, Michelle. We have to buy a place for $1 million. We have to be in escrow by Sunday night. I'm so sorry to put that pressure on you, but we're being Friday morning, and we got to be in escrow by Sunday night. End of story. We cannot make multiple trips. We have to buy. Okay. Who wants a client like that? And so then from there you go, well, I'm so busy. I better build a team. Then you build a team. I got up to 45 buyers agents on my team, big team. Wow. And then from there you're like, well, I better buy a franchise. So then I looked at all the franchises, and Keller Williams was like the best one. And they were bragging that their franchise were now making on average $200,000 a year. I'm like, That's a massive pay cut. Why would I want that? And so why do people buy Taco Bells or McDonald's? I don't want to think about it. Just take my money, take some capital, and then show me your secret sauce, McDonald's to the Big Mac, and then boom. And so people buy franchises and they're buying $200,000 jobs, but you have to manage 100, 200, 300 agents, prima donnas. And so you go through those things, and then you buy, I own 10 franchises. I own this and that, but on average, some make more, some less. And then they're like, but it's a lot of work. And then that's where I was 4 years ago when I saw EXP. And EXP was just franchising times 40. Yeah. And if you don't agree with that statement, you simply don't understand EXP. We went from 1,200 to 42,000. There's not a single company in the world that just did that in the past 4 years, and we did it. And this year, to the next 12 to 18 months, we'll go to 100,000. There's not a single company in the world doing that. We're about to do it. In other words, EXP is blowing up around you like Apple, like Google, like Amazon, and you're missing it because you are loyal to the Lakers. You're loyal to the Boston Red Sox. You're loyal to the Yankees. You're going to cut your nose off despite your face. I'm a Yankees fan. I will never be a Red Sox fan. What are you talking about sports? I love Coldwell Banker. That's great. I like my family better. I like my family better than EXP. I like my family better than RE/MAX. I'm glad you love RE/MAX. I'm glad you love Keller Williams, but I hope you love your family better. If you're at any company but EXP, it is financially irresponsible of you. And you simply don't understand the model. I might have been a little strong, but I'm telling you, we'll be the first brokerage to have 1 million agents. We're going to be in 100 countries. It's going to happen in the next 10 years because our agents own a piece of the mothership, not the little bitty franchise, but the whole thing. And I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing. And if you get so stuck on the fact that you love Century 21 or Sotheby's or Christie's, I'm just telling you, you're going to miss the boat and you're going to go, why didn't you shake me? Listen to me. I'm shaking you right now. Learn about the model. Really slow down. Stay at Lions or whatever brokerage you're with, independent for 20 years. I don't care. But you better study this thing because it's coming like a freight train. It's already rocking and you need to be a part of it. Okay, I'm done. That's it.
Well, there's so many objections that we get routinely around that. And I think a lot of it has to do with this is what I've built. I've built this team. I've sold this number of homes. This is what I've created, right? Like, I know. Here we go. We're talking about the ego, but it's dropping that ego and just sort of exploring and being open-minded enough to sort of like see what the possibilities are, right, with this amazing company and how could it change your life. And right. So, you know, the level that you give and that you contribute in this organization is honestly. You're by far one of the biggest givers in this company of your time, your talent, your resources. And you are helping deeply and profoundly change the lives of real estate agents. You are. Why are you so passionate about this? Why are you so passionate?
Oh my gosh. We have 5 minutes left, so I got to cut this. So I have a 1 o'clock, but I'll tell you this. I am passionate because I grinded for decades, 20 years. I changed brokerages one time in 20 years. After 12 years at RE/MAX, I went to Keller, stayed 8 years. I was convinced I'd retire at Keller Williams. Loved the company. That's great. I'm glad you love the company. Glad Brent loved. Kudos to Keller Williams for making me love it. But if I didn't go grind and go out there and with my team and my own production and sell hundreds of homes every year, Brent's income went to zero. And living in Northern California where it's very expensive and to put the kids in private school, and the house was very nice. It wasn't a mansion, but it was nice. You go, nice house, brand new pool, palm trees, waterfall, outdoor kitchen, outdoor lighting. You'd have gone, wow, really cool. All that and the nice cars and the trips to Maui and the Caribbean. And we weren't going to Paris and buying Gucci and Rolex. We have 5 kids. We adopted 2. We have 7 kids. We're like the Brady Bunch, right? The Partridge Family. I'm just a normal guy. It was $50,000 a month to keep the lights on. Do the math. That's like $600,000 a year to breathe. And so, you know what? I grind for decades and decades. It was not till EXP came along. They said, look, I'm going to work hard anyways. I might as well do that at EXP. Here's the difference. In 12 years, I watched Dave Lineker become a billionaire. My parent at RE/MAX, my parents put 25 years in at Coldwell Banker, and then they were bought by $1 billion hedge fund. I put 8 years in at Keller Williams. I watched Gary Keller become a billionaire. I worked Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. He's a billionaire. I went, stop working for billionaires. Well, whoa, wait a minute. I mean, EXP just hit 5 billion. Glenn Stanford, America's newest billionaire. There you go again, Brent. Yes, but this time I became a multimillionaire. And my agents who sell 5 or 10 homes a year and haven't sponsored anyone, and they would be called, just who, I mean, honestly, we know the agents who sell 5 homes a year, 7 homes. Nobody's like, whoa, here comes Bob. He sells 5 homes a year. Those would be agents who aren't really considered killing it at any brokerage. Those agents have 30, 40, 50, 60, $70,000 worth of stock. And as our stock continues to grow, that could be 100. They're so excited. They're more excited about their 80,000 or 180,000 than I am my multiple millions.
Yeah.
So we are changing lives. I have other agents that were selling 30, 40 homes a year. They have $500,000 in 4 years. They're like, this has become our retirement. You know what we had after 12 years at RE/MAX? Plaques. You know what I had after 8 years at Keller Williams? Trophies. You know what I have after 4 years at Keller Williams? A retirement program. There is a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you stay at whatever broker, I love selling real estate. Good. I will find you at your desk in 10 years and you will regret the statement. You need to, I mean, that's like saying, I don't like listings. Fine. Just go bust your butt doing buyers the rest of your life. If you want it, you got the old saying, you got to list the last.
Yeah.
I love buyers too, but anyways, I don't know if I hit the point, but I'm passionate because we are changing lives. And by the way, like, oh, those EXP agents are crazy. That's exactly what people said about Keller Williams 15, 20 years ago. Keller Williams agents are berserk. If I hear from one more Keller Williams agent, well, then stop Keller Williams going to 180. And you know what? People can be irritated about EXP, but you know why no one's talking that way about Sotheby's or Christie's or Century 21 or Berkshire Hathaway or Coldwell or RE/MAX or even Keller Williams anymore? Because that ship has sailed. Those models are on their way down. It's Sacramento, which is the capital of California. California leads the nation. The nation leads the world. It's the 6th largest academy. You know the 3 companies that are tanking? It's Coldwell Banker, RE/MAX, and Keller Williams. You know who's tanking the most? Keller Williams. Now, who's growing in Sacramento, in the capital of the state that leads the nation, that leads the world? It's HomeSmart is number 3. Realty One is number 2, and EXP is number 1. We're not talking percentage growth like we're up 300%. We went from 3 agents to 9. I'm talking numbers of people. And so this is the future. Learn about it. Watch themodelexplained.com. It's me for 33 minutes if you can tolerate that. And then call your best. It's been talking to you about EXP, someone who loves you and cares about you, who you find slightly annoying, but you still love them. But like, oh God, they're drinking the Keller Kool-Aid. It's now the EXP Kool-Aid. There's a reason we're trying to get your attention. Anyways, it's 12:59. I got to wrap this up. Was this helpful, Roll? And hopefully I wasn't too crazy for people.
No, you're not. You're never too crazy for me. I love you. Thank you for doing this. And I know people are like, 1 o'clock. What, can they tell time? Atlantic time. The man is in the Caribbean now. So.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. 1 o'clock out here, 4 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock Central, Mountain Standard. I got to learn. I got Mumbai in my clock. I got Cape Town, Portugal, France. I keep Brisbane, Australia. I have agents all around the world today, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I could keep going. This showing up with 25,000. And that means many agents have just 3,000 or 4,000 and only make millions of dollars. Some of them only have 200 or 300 agents. And they just make $250,000 a year outside of real estate. And they chunk down their mortgage at the tune of $250,000 a year. Chunk, 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 no mortgage. Yep. Oh, that's paid. I'm just telling you, you don't need to do what we've done, but we're going for it. And we'd like to partner with you. There are people you may not think you could do it, but can I do it? Oh yeah, I've already done it. What if I help you? If Michelle and I help you, you're going to kill it. Michelle is a big star, already massive business, shooting star. Hitch your wagon to what she's doing. Look out, baby. And that's it. That's all I got to say. And come to my event in Dallas, August 17th. Tony Robbins is showing up. Maybe you could show up. Tony Robbins is flying his G5. He's going to speak the 3rd day all day to all of us. I get 6,000 people coming. It's a sign of Keller Williams mega camp. It's not EXP. It's just me. Just me doing a little meeting with 6,000 people flying in from all over the world. And it'll sell out. We could have 10,000 if I had the room at the Gaylord Resort, Gaylord Resort in Dallas. But it's just nuts. Watch themodelexplained.com. Watch it. Call Michelle. Themodelexplained.com. Call Michelle.
Thank you. I got my room. I'm going to see you in August at Tony.
Bye, guys. Love ya.
Thank you.